You ever realize your family never saw you, not really saw you, until the day you stopped trying to be visible? That's what happened to me. The moment I stopped begging for their approval was the moment they finally turned their heads. Too late. By then, I had built an entire world without them. My name's Elena Brooks, and for most of my life, I was the background character in my own family story. Growing up, everything revolved around my sister, Marissa. She was the golden one, the one who glowed under every spotlight while I learned how to survive in the shadows. When we were kids, I remember running home one afternoon, clutching a small silver medal from a regional science fair. I was 12. My project was a program that could recognize patterns in sound, a baby version of what would later become my career. I came bursting into the kitchen, ready to show my parents. Mom barely looked up from her phone. "That's nice, honey," she murmured. Then she turned to Dad with a grin. "Did you hear? Marissa's been picked as captain of the cheer team. Isn't that wonderful?" Dad leapt up like she'd just announced world peace. I remember standing there, medal in my hand, realizing that no matter what I did, it would never shine as bright as her crown. I thought maybe that'd change when I grew up, that someday they'd see me for who I really was. But that was before the message. Before the words that would make something in me break, and then rebuild stronger than ever. It was early November last year when my phone buzzed. A text from Mom.
"Hi, sweetheart.
"Your father and I are keeping Thanksgiving small this year. Just Marissa, Tom, and the kids.
Hope you understand.
Love you." I stared at the screen for a long time. My thumbs hovered over the keyboard. Then I typed, "Have a good time." And that was it. No fight. No tears. Just silence. I set my phone down and looked out my apartment window at the Boston skyline. The city lights blinked like they were laughing at me. For years, I told myself my parents just didn't get me. That if I worked harder, achieved more, they'd finally see my worth. But they never did. When I got into MIT, no celebration. When I graduated top of my class, no dinner, no, "We're proud of you." When Marissa got engaged, they threw a party so big it made the newspaper. I wasn't even a bridesmaid. I poured champagne for guests instead. After college, I threw myself into work. I joined a tech firm, built my skills, moved up fast. But it wasn't enough. I wanted to create something of my own, to prove I could. At 28, I quit my job and launched a cybersecurity startup called IronGate Systems. My parents said I was making a mistake.
My dad even laughed.
"You're not built for business, Elena. You're the artsy one. Stick to computers." 6 months later, I was eating instant noodles in a one-bedroom apartment, staring at a bank account that looked like a bad joke. But I refused to give up. I coded through nights so long my hands cramped. I pitched to investors who didn't even remember my name. And then, finally, it happened. One small client turned into three turned into 10. I hired a team. The product worked. It really worked. But I didn't tell my family. Not a word. Every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, I'd sit there listening to them talk about Marissa's promotions, her house, her husband. "How's your little computer thing?" Mom would ask, stirring gravy like she already knew the answer. "It's going fine," I'd say. And Marissa would smile. "It's cute that you're still chasing that." Then one day, everything changed. A major corporation approached me about acquiring IronGate. Negotiations lasted months. I sat in glass boardrooms with lawyers and executives while my name was printed on papers worth $300 million. When the deal closed, I didn't celebrate. I just sat there, staring at my reflection in the conference room window, thinking, now what? I bought a quiet estate outside Boulder, Colorado. 6 bedrooms, glass walls, mountain views. I spent months restoring it, pouring myself into every corner, like it was therapy. By October, it was perfect. And then, Mom's text. "We're only having your sister's family this year. Hope you understand." That was the moment the switch flipped. I didn't feel angry anymore. Just free. I started making calls. Uncle Drew, Aunt Linda, cousins, old friends. All the people my parents had quietly uninvited over the years because they weren't prestigious enough. "Come to Colorado," I said. I'm hosting Thanksgiving this year. They all came. 35 people flew in. I paid for every ticket, arranged the cars, the hotel rooms, the chef. I turned that house into a celebration of everyone my parents had discarded. Thanksgiving morning, the place buzzed with laughter. Kids playing on the lawn, uncles opening wine, the smell of roasted turkey filling the air. When my grandmother walked through the door, I almost cried. You think I'd miss tea?